his mindset, he turned 33 on Monday and celebrated by having 2 training sessions. That's how dedicated he is to his craft. Bivol in the gold trunks, Arthur in the silver and black.
Everything is on Bivol's terms. Distance, pace.
And aggression came out really strong, already backing up Arthur. I mean, it's not even 20 seconds into the round, Arthur's already against the ropes. That's aggression by Bivol. And you asked me earlier, Todd, if he's going to be looking for a knockout, does he need the knockout? Bivol coming out this aggressive is answering those questions.
His last knockout was against Sullivan Barrera back in March of 2018.
Минуточку внимания просмотра данного видео боя. Попрошу вас подписаться на сообщество и поставить лайк, если не сложно. И еще одна просьба подписаться на телеграм-канал. Ссылка закреплена сбоку или в комментариях.
He's a formidable opponent. He has a good jab, but for Bivol to come out so aggressive, that's a sign of confidence and maybe a little disrespect.
He wants to impress, you can tell, hearing him this week. Really wants to turn some heads, make a real statement.
And then you got that, of course, all eyes are on you, and you got, the Prince, you got everyone here, you got the celebrities, Connor, everyone's here. All the faces are here, all the names. You definitely want to shine.
Darren, there's some nerves for Lindon Arthur. In your fights, when did those start to go away?
You want to get the opening round done and finished. You can sit back down on that stool. You felt some power. Kind of worked out in some respect of what your opponent's going to try and do, which from Bivol looks to be hard pressed on the front foot.
Lindon Arthur's going to have to find a creative way to win because his best attribute is his jab. Bivol's is better. He's got a little bit of power. Bivol's got more. Bivol's footwork is exceptional. So a lot of the boxes being checked by Dmitry Bivol.
But I gotta give Arthur a little bit of credit. He is trying to land a solid jab, trying to time Bivol's aggression right now. It's just Bivol's upper body movement is really good, and his foot pressure is the most impressive thing. Look at how wide his stance is, and his front foot is already in the door, but he's not committing to any punches. So that's just pressure. That's just physical pressure that Bivol's applying.
And this pressure from Bivol, the little feints, the jittery sort of movements that he makes, that's mentally exhausting.
Like, Bivol's already in a position to punch really hard, like in the power position as far as his foundation, his footwork. But right now it's just, he's not committing with the upper body movement, and he's not committing more than just a jab.
Left hook there from Bivol. Arthur very jittery.
Хорошо. Свой левый боковой. Видел, все там. Только средней дистанции бьет. Подлиннее бей его, понял? Он все там. Раньше начинай. Подсечник, и бам туда поднял. Туда левый. Опять подсечник левый. И бросает, хватает.
In that round, Lindon Arthur landed 5 punches, which means Bivol has held opponents to single digits in total connects in 138 of the last 154 rounds.
That's impressive. I mean, we saw total domination with Devin Haney when he fought Regis Prograis, holding him down to record-breaking numbers, and it's just very hard to do, to just shut out opponents like this.
I'm so impressed with the footwork, like I've said, of Bivol, but he just keeps moving that right foot across, and that allows him to get in a position to throw the right hand. I don't think it's going to be long until we see that right hand come over the jab of Arthur. This is good pressure. It's the variation with the jab as well. You have no idea where it's coming from. The speed, you see, he gives the eyes to the body there, fires upstairs with the left hook.
Everything's straight coming from Bivol right now. You know, he's already broken the distance. I like to see him start hooking punches around the midsection of Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur moving to his left, throw that right to the body, fire back upstairs with the shot.
Oh, nice 1-2. Bivol opening up now. Arthur gets him off balance. This is not where Arthur wants to be. Back against the ropes.
Well, he's forced against the ropes. I mean, that pressure, that jab, and that big right hand. I mean, it's a laser straight right hand by Bivol. It's hard to avoid.
He's got his hands nice and high though, Arthur. Doing the right thing. Needs to move though. Doesn't need to be stood on the ropes.
I love that jab to the gut, just gutting Arthur, and that's going to bring the hands down. That's going to make an opening for a hook like that just missed.
Yeah, this is a switched on, aggressive Bivol.
And Arthur returning the favor to the jab downstairs. That's an effective punch. You know, if you start feigning, start throwing that jab down there, then you start alternating your jab
Минуточку
game.
внимания просмотра данного видеобоя. Попрошу вас подписаться на сообщество и поставить лайк, если не сложно. И еще одна просьба подписаться на телеграм-канал. Ссылка закреплена сбоку или в комментариях.
I'll take his word. And he's just backed Arthur up. And I love this Bivol.
Bivol punching with mean intentions. Now he's coming around the guard. So the straight punches went out the window for right now. And he's going with the left hooks and right hooks, trying to come around the guard of Arthur.
The variation, you see this, how he springs into life, Bivol. Split second, he's landed 3-4 shots. Great variation, great speed. Look at the concentration on the face of Bivol.
That's a shotgun jab right there. Those are power shots. That's not a jab, that's a power jab.
Only when you're missing, you leave yourself open. Don't when I told you about that throwing straight back. That's when you leave yourself open to counter. Don't throw down. You see, you go that boom, back. Up that jab, don't push the jab. Hit, let that angle behind it. Come with the free, put.
Yeah, I mean, everything is set up behind a beautiful jab, and you see the right hand going straight down the guard of Arthur. Doesn't need to be stood on the ropes, but the way he just springs into life, Sergio, is so impressive.
That right hand was 1 inch away. That landed on the chin, but maybe 1 inch north of that, and that would have been trouble for Arthur. You don't want to get hit with right hands like that this early in the fight, but this is a game of inches, and Bivol's just 1 inch away from that power shot landing.
Well, Darren, if Canelo Alvarez couldn't figure Dmitry Bivol out, what chance does Lyndon Arthur have?
It doesn't look good. Early signs. The jab needs to come out more authority. Needs to try and, I mean, look, everything seems so simple, but when you've got someone like Bivol in front of you, it's almost impossible. You know, he needs to be in control of the pace. He can't, Arthur. He needs to be in control of the distance. He can't. He needs to get in the rhythm behind the jab. He can't. But it's that lead hand as well. It's low of Arthur. I think he needs to get it higher, but it's just an excellent boxing, ring IQ from Bivol.
And Chris, Canelo Alvarez, speaking of whom, still mentions the name of Bivol, saying that's still a fight he wants down the line. Do you think we'll see it again?
I think we'll see it at some point. Not sure what weight we'll see it at, 168, 175. But Canelo was a shot caller, still is. And if he wants that fight, he can make it happen.
At least Lyndon's off the ropes right now, trying to keep in the center of the ring.
You know, you got to give Arthur some credit. He is doing what he has to do to try to keep Bivol off with that jab, but just the onslaught is too much. The accuracy of those punches is what's giving Arthur issues.
He's unloading here, catching with the right hand as well. The jab setting it all up. Lyndon trying to smile his way out of this. Bivol is peppering him.
Peppering him and digging him to the right onto the body, the gut. That's going to open up the shots upstairs.
Yeah, levels, they're raining in from all angles, straight up, downstairs.
Nowhere for Arthur to hide. He's just getting beaten up by every punch in the book.
Fantastic fight, Bivol. He really is. Seeing him in full flow. is a joy to watch.
It really is, because he throws every shot, and then he always finishes with stabbing you to the torso area, just cutting you in half, forcing you to keep your arms defensive posture.
This is the 11th defense of Bivol's WBA title, and so far, so good.
Gotta be quicker with that jab, Arthur.
Still throwing the jab.
Right now, Bivol's looking to counter something big.
Yeah, he's just biding his time, patient approach from Bivol.
And the dangerous thing about Bivol is that he's looking to counter with a jab. It's just he puts up so much leverage behind that jab that it just feels like a power shot.
The way he bent his knees now, and he just fires it up from the hip.
I noticed that as well. When he's bending that knee, the lower he bends, the more leverage he's going to get shooting it up.
So much better.
There it is right there.
Watch over 200 regular and postseason NFL games, Super Bowl 58 shows and more, all live and on demand. A reminder that NFL Game Pass International is now available on DAZN, excluding the U.S. and China.
And here we see Bivol walking down Arthur. Arthur trying to hold his own, trying to keep range, trying to keep that jab in Bivol's face. But Bivol has no respect for him because he has his front foot already in the door. So that's the right hand I was talking about against the ropes. Cutting Arthur in half, boom, right there. That's going to open up all the other shots.
Минуточку внимания просмотра данного видео боя. Попрошу вас подписаться на сообщество и поставить лайк, если не сложно. И еще одна просьба подписаться на телеграм-канал. Ссылка закреплена сбоку или в комментарии.
Here we go, round 4. This is the first time Lindon Артур has ever fought outside of the United Kingdom.
That's what we need to see more from Arthur. More authority behind the jab. Mean it hooks onto a left hook there. Good shot from Bivol.
And by authority, it doesn't have to be power. You know, it could be speed, it could be timing. Because the more authority as far as power that you try to jab back, you're going to be vulnerable to a heavy counter shot.
Bivol's got that right hand locked and loaded.
Like we said, you know, both these fighters, well, Arthur has a good jab, Bivol has a great jab. So in the battle of the jabs, Arthur's going to come up short.
Not only the better jab, but the more consistent jab. He throws it more, just caught him with a left hook.
Yeah, like I said before, it's the variation with the shot. Shoots from the hip, stiff to the body, to the chin, and even change it into a long left hook.
Arthur does have 16 knockouts in his 23 wins, but Darren, does he have that one-punch knockout power?
Bivol?
No, Arthur.
Arthur doesn't have the one-punch knockout power. In his last fight, it was a body shot, so he has a good variation. He has the know-how where to place the shots, but it's almost as if he's trying to walk Bivol onto a shot, but Bivol far too smart, too cute to get caught with anything that's coming back.
Good right cross from Bivol. And we talked earlier about Bivol perhaps needing a knockout win. It's clear that that's what he's going for.
Absolutely. I love the pressure. And look, he's just missing with that right hand. He landed it earlier, but now he's throwing that right hand with mean intentions. He's not even loading back. He's not pulling it back. He's throwing it straight from the chin. It's a laser right hand.
Credit to Arthur. He's taking some good shots.
No, credit to Arthur for still trying to you know, find a way to land a punch. And there's that right hand I'm talking about to the gut.
Again, it's that movement. I've said it in one of the prior fights, but moving too much to his left, Arthur, and that will walk him onto the right hand of Bivol.
Yeah, I noticed that too. You're bound to get caught with an overhand right by keep moving to your left.
A little stumble there from Arthur, just looked like he got off balance.
When you're in there with these top guys, these elite level guys, you cannot afford to be predictable. You've got to have lots of variation with your shots, your movements. If you keep moving to that direction, you will get caught eventually.
Yeah, Arthur keeps moving to his left. He needs to start alternating and going to his right. But notice how Bivol closes off that exit. He can't move to his right, so he's forcing him Just keep going to the left. And by forcing him to keep moving to the left, he's going to be vulnerable and aiming him straight to that right hand.
Arthur just cannot figure Bivol out. And the main event of the evening, 2 fights away, Anthony Joshua. Speaking of knockouts, he needs to go for it as well. Will he be that vicious finisher that we've seen in the past? Can he put this man away? Otto Wallen, who says, listen, AJ's past his prime. He's not what he once was. I'm going to expose him tonight. Chris, are you surprised at the level of confidence Otto Wallen brought to fight week?
Not at all. Otto Wallen has won 6 fights in a row since that competitive loss to Tyson Fury. He's got a great corner. He's going to have a great game plan. I think this is going to be a good fight.
Not only that, but they fought before. Not only as amateurs, but they sparred several rounds. So they're accustomed to each other's speed, power, timing, etc.
Round 5, scheduled for 12. Dmitry Bivol's WBA light heavyweight title is on the line.
It's going to be an important round for Lindon Артур to take control and start swinging things in his direction, because right now the momentum's all on Bivol.
Yeah, he needs a response. Because there was signs at the end of that 4th round, he really started to turn the screw, put the foot on the gas, Bivol.
And notice how neither of these boxers are throwing more than 1 jab, because they know each of them are looking to counter each other's jab with the right hand. Very smart chess by both fighters.
I think Arthur's got to try and get his right hand into play. I think a jab upstairs, jab downstairs, then throw the right. He needs to try something here, Sergio.
Or even if it's a straight right and then throw the jab, a 2-1 instead of coming in with a 1-2.
As he has all fight long.
Excuse me, the thing about Bivol is he's always in front of you, right? He's always looking to counter. He has enough power to get your respect, enough technique where you can't penetrate it. So it's intimidating that someone's always in front of you like that, in front of your face, looking to counter you.
And exhausted.
Минуточку внимания просмотру данного видео боя. Попрошу вас подписаться на сообщество и поставить лайк, если не сложно. И еще одна просьба подписаться на телеграм-канал. Ссылка закреплена сбоку или в комментарии.
To build from there, nice double jab and right to the body.
Bit of a slip there from Bivol as he threw that jab.
Be careful. I've just seen he's pouring a lot with the right hand to protect from that jab. Be wide open to a hook.
Body shot by Arthur right there.
Yeah, trying to do something different, Sergio.
Yeah, and you know what? I got to give credit to Arthur, man. I really like his game plan. It's not working 100%. Bivol's in total control, but you can see that he's still in it.
Right hand. And I'm not going to challenge you on that, Sergio. I'm just going to let it fly.
No, listen, that's not in it like he's winning rounds. He's still trying to find a win. You get it. You see what I'm saying, right there?
Darren, don't stick up for Sergio. Chris, you just heard Sergio say his game plan's doing great.
I didn't say great. I can see that he's still trying to find a way to win.
I think he's fighting not to lose.
Well, 2 former champions disagree with you guys.
Maybe that's why you're former champ. Hey, there is Cristiano Ronaldo. Big Boxing Day matchup between Al-Ittihad going head-to-head with Al Nasser live on DAZN. Darren, give us your footballing opinion of this big match on Boxing Day.
Well, he obviously plays for the rival because they're not a fan of Cristiano Ronaldo in this arena. But yeah, very good player.
And of course, there is Conor McGregor and his excellency.
Messi's the greatest of all time, though.
Go over there and tell Ronaldo that, would you?
There's going to be some hate after that comment.
Wide open, Linden. When you threw that shit like that,
I'm a Maradona guy.
All right. How much has Lindon Arthur got left here? As Bivol seemingly has won every round. Is that the way you see it, Chris?
Yeah, I've got it 5 rounds to none right now in favor of Dmitry Bivol. Look, this is a very Bivol-esque performance. It is a fight that he is controlling with the jab. He's throwing good combinations. He's landing power shots, even if they're not enough to put Lindon Arthur down. Look, I agree with you guys that Arthur's got a game plan, but to me that game plan is more to not get knocked out than it is to win a fight. I don't think he would beat Dmitry Bivol with the way Lindon Arthur is fighting.
Well, how many people have been able to penetrate the guard of Bivol? That's the thing. I mean, he's kind of like a puzzle. It's hard to figure out. He has such great technique, such rhythm, footwork, jab. It's hard to get through it. Arthur is trying. He's trying to figure out this puzzle. It's just too hard of one.
And I like the way he's throwing the shots at the start of this 6th round, Bivol. Smooth, relaxed. He's not loading up, no power. Just putting the shots there with speed, accuracy.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good observation, Darren, because you could see that, you know, he's not throwing that much power behind him. Maybe he's trying to bait the power and the confidence of Arthur. That way he can counter Arthur and maybe hurt him that way.
And that jab of Bivol is a power shot. It is a shotgun jab.
It's a nice jab from Arthur.
It's not southpaw versus orthodox, but there's a big foot battle, front foot battle between these two, constantly stepping on each other's toes.
Seems to me as if Bivol's trying to get to the left side, his right side of Arthur, so he can try and find the range with that right hand. Then he follows everything through afterwards. And again, you're just seeing the demonstration there of just putting the shots out there. Nice right hand, though, from Arthur.
Both these fighters have, you know, they're looking for the same punch.
Минуточку внимания просмотру данного видео боя. Попрошу вас подписаться на сообщество и поставить лайк, если не сложно. И еще одна просьба подписаться на телеграм-канал. Ссылка закреплена сбоку или в комментарии.
It's a fencing match between two good jabs, one good jab, one great jab, and looking for that right hand.
Yeah, you wonder what's going to happen if Bivol hits him with a crisp, straight right hand down the pipe. He did that in round 2, I believe it was.
And there's the first investment, a hook to the body of Arthur right there. And that's what I want to see more from Bivol, because Bivol does have heavy hands, but he's been headhunting this last 5-6 rounds. So start taking the body and bring down the guard of Arthur. Maybe the right hand will open up then.
Yeah, and the jab to the body to bring the hands down. I think that will help him fighting the right hand, but better signs there from Arthur.
Wilder Parker up next. Deontay Wilder an 8-1 favorite, Chris, but this seems to be the sexy pick for an upset. A lot of people going with Parker here.
Well, it's not a difficult fight to project. If Joseph Parker can stay away from that big right hand of Deontay Wilder, he's got a great chance to win a decision. The problem is very few of Deontay Wilder's opponents have been able to stay away from that right hand.
I'll tell you what, if Parker's trying to be sexy with that jab and try to upset everybody, this Bomb Squad over here is looking to make a big comeback as well. Try to land that big right hand in front of everybody here. Make a statement.
His prediction tonight, Deontay Wilder, good night. Just like everybody, I put him to sleep.
Mr. NyQuil is what he's calling himself.
I think it was Dr. NyQuil, wasn't it? Was it Dr. NyQuil?
They both put you to sleep.
Round 7.
I've been informed that I think that it's not booing for Ronaldo, it's these celebrations. Yeah, that's what it may be.
Really?
You guys wouldn't know, would you? You don't follow soccer.
Well, not the Saudi league.
What league do you follow, Todd?
MLS. Major League Soccer.
Again, the soccer files on this panel.
I I do know Manchester United lost to West Ham today. What an upset that was. Here's Chris Mannix's scorecard.
Yeah, I've got a complete shutout, 6 rounds to none in favor of Dmitry Bivol. You know, they're starting to do a couple of different things over these last couple of rounds, but it's pretty clear that Bivol is in control of all the action. The jab, the power shots, the combination, it's all there for Bivol. I think the biggest question is, will he put together the kind of assault that can stop Lindon Артур? I think that's really important for Dmitry Bivol in a moment like this.
Yeah, and on a stage like this, especially when the first 5 fights before you have ended by knockout. This crowd very quiet right now, Sergio. That's been the knock against Bivol. He's not the most exciting fighter. Sure, he's dominant, but let's get some excitement in here.
Well, look, he's dominating, right? And he's pound for pound talent. But yeah, whenever you have every single fight on the undercard being by knockout, exciting knockout, you know, it gets good to you. You want to see more of it.
Well, now Bivol loading up, trying to bulldoze Артур against the ropes.
And there you go. You want a physical, Mannix? That you're getting it right there. Bivol against the ropes. You don't see him wrestling like he normally does, but he's trying to find a way to break the guard and the technique of Артур.
Yeah, I'd like to see Bivol get a little more separation in a situation like that, not smother his punches quite so much.
Well, he's the king of separation and range control. Now he's trying to wrestle. He's trying to make it physical in there.
Well, in them instance, instead of getting close, just skip either side, left to right. Find openings that way.
The big fight in the light heavyweight division that everybody wants to see is that unification bout between Bivol and Beterbiev. How likely is that to happen, Chris?
Well, if Artur Beterbiev gets past Callum Smith in mid-January, which I think is going to be a terrific fight between Beterbiev and Smith, I think there's a very good chance that the winner of that fight is back here at some point in the spring fighting for all the belts at 175.
Bivol's trying to unleash that right hand with mean intentions. He threw it downstairs and went around the guard with a right hook. So he's a variation of that right hand now. So it's not just a battle of the jabs.
He's not getting backed up as much here, Arthur. He's separating himself from the ropes a little more, trying to creep forward. Needs to watch out for that. Needs to commit to the shot better if he's going to go in to throw that right hand.
7 раундов прошло. Воды холодной надо. Холодной воды там, да?
Yeah, I think it's got to be a raise in tempo. If you're a fan of Bivol, or the team of Bivol, should be in the corner now saying, look, raise the tempo. Put your foot on the gas. Let's see how Arthur responds to that. Because there's not a great deal in tempo coming from Arthur. He's landing a good jab now and again, but I think if anybody is to up the pace, it's this man here.
Yeah, and I say this a lot, Darren, that, you know, when you're in a situation like this where you're dominating, put some pressure on the referee. Like, throw some punches. When you got him against the ropes, make the referee make a decision when a fight is this one-sided.
Let's see if Bivol takes off the cruise control and starts driving manually.
Минуточку внимания просмотра данного видео боя. Попрошу вас подписаться на сообщество и поставить лайк, если не сложно. И еще одна просьба подписаться на телеграм-канал. Ссылка закреплена сбоку или в комментарии.
That's not in Bivol's temperament. You know, he doesn't change variation. He has 2 gears, right? But those 2 gears are enough. He's that talented. It's the jab, and then he goes looking for that laser straight right hand.
It's a winning formula.
He is putting a little more pressure here on Lindon.
Good body shot there from Bivol.
He just makes it look so easy, doesn't he, Sergio?
Absolutely, and here's the thing. Notice how he's not throwing more than a few punches. Well, against Canelo, he was throwing combinations, right, when he had Canelo against the ropes. That's because Canelo wasn't looking back to come back with a counter. You can see Arthur's looking to counter Bivol, so you got to give Bivol credit not only for ring generalship, aggression, body shots, trying to find a way in, but also the IQ, the intelligence, knowing that, you know, I'm dominating, but something still going to come back and hurt me.
4 straight wins for Lindon Артур. Arthur since his only professional loss. That was to Anthony Yarde in a rematch of a fight that Arthur won by decision. He was stopped by Yarde in December of 2021.
And the punch that done it was a body shot. It was a left hand to the body, and then it was an uppercut. Those are shots that Bivol, you know, he headhunts. That's the one thing that...
There's a body shot.
There you go, and look how heavy it was. Stop him in his guard. He needs to throw more of those. Bivol loves throwing shots to the head because he's a marksman. He's so accurate upstairs.
That was a nice shot. He met Lindon Артур as he threw the jab, right hand straight over the top.
Can you imagine if Bivol starts doubling the body shots to the left side of the body, right there? 2 shots to the body.
That would hurt him.
Felt that.
That would hurt him.
The first one hurt him. The second one would have done more damage.
And the shot afterwards is the left uppercut. Throw the left to the body, the left uppercut right through the guard of Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur has, you know, long arms. He keeps good range. He has good pop in his jab.
Is Bivol hurt or is he just playing possum? He kind of backed up there after that body shot from Arthur. In the corner of Arthur, imploring him to go forward now.
Yeah, Sonny Edwards saying that right to the body hurt Bivol.
Interesting body language here from the champ.
Ooh, good right hand there by Arthur. I think you guys might be right there. There is a little change in momentum and in the snap of the jab and aggression in Bivol.
And just like that, it's Bivol on the front foot again.
Needs to build from this though, Arthur.
Oh yeah, best punch of the round. And I think that body shot got Bivol a little angry.
Yeah, again, there were signs there, better signs for Arthur, but the work to the body was better from Bivol. He needs that, more variation with the shots downstairs. He can bring the uppercut through. We see here the pressure behind the jab, the right, and it's that left there. But I'd like to see the right to the body from Arthur. Is this the shot here? Again, a lovely jab from Bivol.
So 4 rounds left in this one. It's been all Bivol from the start. Let's see if he can start to put a lot of pressure on Arthur, have the referee ask some questions. But to Arthur's credit, he really hasn't seemed that hurt, that dazed. He's had his moments where he's been in a bit of trouble, but...
Oh, so you're actually giving Arthur credit now?
For surviving, absolutely.
Surviving. I mean, he's trying to find a way to yes, survive and also try to penetrate the guard of Bivol, but Bivol's that much of an expert.
Overhand right. Trying to get those gloves to come down, goes downstairs.
And that's going to be the key now for Bivol. Go downstairs, get out of character and start just digging down to the body.
Too close. Bivol got too close there. Smothered his work. That's where you want to see the angles.
Let's go check in with Chris Mannix, who's with Sonny Edwards.
All right, Sonny, how do you think it's going for Lindon?
I think he's a few rounds behind. Bivol's been outscoring him a couple of the rounds.
Минуточку внимания просмотра данного видео боя. Попрошу вас подписаться на сообщество и поставить лайк, если не сложно. И еще одна просьба подписаться на телеграм-канал. Ссылка закреплена сбоку или в комментарии.
A few rounds behind. Do you agree with that, Sergio?
No, I just got the first part that he's doing pretty good. You got to give Arthur some credit. So that's 3 former champions telling you that Arthur, he's not in this fight. He's not winning rounds, but he's not being, what's the word? He's trying to find a way to win still. Arthur is.
Yeah, but the dominant fighter out of the two is Bivol. He's on the front foot, but
the other right hand.
Yet to really set this place on fire. Again, just get a little close.
See, right here is where Bivol should be unleashing with uppercuts and body shots. That's what Anthony Yarde had success when he stopped Lindon Артур.
And now Bivol Getting on the inside.
He's got to bring his right foot across Bivol. Needs to get around that left side of Arthur. That's going to help him find the right-hand Sergio.
Yeah, if I was Bivol, look, you already had almost 9 rounds headhunting. Yes, you're dominating, you're winning this fight, you're looking impressive, but you got to switch it up now. Go downstairs to the body. You know that Arthur's been hurt down there. That's where he's been stopped before. That's where you got to go back.
Hey, Arthur having a little success when he pushes forward on Bivol and then gets on the inside, clinches and throws some shots to the body, Darren.
Yeah, look, he's got to try something new. Why not try to put some pressure on Bivol? I think when they get close here, Bivol likes to get close, tie Bivol up, spin him onto the ropes, then work away.
Good jab right there by Arthur, catching Bivol on the way in.
Шаг назад или вниз, а не оттяжка здесь головой просто. Хорошо, хорошо. Сейчас мне нужна легкая работа на ногах. Легкая работа.
Nice jab right there by Arthur, and that's what I wanted to see more of by Bivol. That straight right hand, good, but I want to see him going around the elbows of Arthur, lefts and rights, both sides. That's actually going to open up the headshots that he's been looking for. That's the thing about Lindon Arthur. He's pretty good at defending straight punches. You got to go around the guard now. Switch it up if you're Arthur. Nice right hand, excuse me, if you're Bivol. Nice right hand landed there, but switch it up and go around the guard now.
Let's see if Arthur can push forward a little bit himself.
He's trying to not give up as much space. You can see here, we see some signs of that in that 9th round, but it's just the feints. Eventually, Bivol gets you where he wants you.
The thing about Bivol is the foot feints, of course, but then he, with his lower body, with his foot positioning, he puts you in the place he wants you, not the place you want to be.
Let's look at the total jabs from both of these fighters through 9 rounds. 76 landed by Bivol, 35 for Arthur, and that's basically what the stats said coming in, Chris, that Bivol throws and lands about twice as many jabs as Arthur.
This is a very Dmitry Bivol fight. It is, in a lot of ways, a carbon copy of a lot of the fights we've seen Bivol in over the last 5-6 years.
He's waiting a lot more now, Bivol. Just want to see him up the tempo. How would Arthur react? Lovely jab. That was a sharp jab from Bivol. I still think he needs to get that right foot across.
Good jab there by Bivol. He caught Arthur getting a little bit aggressive coming forward, and that's the thing. That's what keeping Arthur in check. If you're wondering why isn't Arthur coming forward trying to land a big right hand, it's that jab. He catches him midway, and that shakes Arthur.
Conceivably, Bivol has won all 9 of the rounds so far. Do you think maybe one, Chris Mannix, have you given one to Arthur?
Not at this point. It's not that Lindon Arthur isn't having his moments in some of these rounds. It's just that Dmitry Bivol is having more, and in my opinion, a lot more to win.
Good feet.
Yeah, these are really stiff jabs, and now he's backed Arthur up. Pounds his chest, says bring it on, Bivol, who obliges.
Минуточку внимания просмотра данного видео боя. Попрошу вас подписаться на сообщество и поставить лайк, если не сложно. И еще одна просьба подписаться на телеграм-канал. Ссылка закреплена сбоку или в комментарии.
Arthur. He knows what the scores are likely like at this point. You've got to give the referee an opportunity to stop it.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's flurry. You flurry against the ropes. You force the referee to take action. Even though nothing's landing cleanly, you're right. If it's a one-sided fight, a flurry of punches will actually make the referee stop the fight.
We call that the Calzaghe.
Joe Calzaghe, what
You're going to stand up for your boy now?
Yeah, in my opinion, the GOAT.
He did. He picked up knockouts that way, though. Stop your pal, Peter Manfredo, that way.
That's the only way I got stoppages.
Okay, come on now. You don't need to be sitting back.
Yep. Can he raise the tempo? Can he get the finish, Bivol? We see an opportunity there, I felt. We touched on it here. When he had Arthur backed onto the ropes, it was a good flurry of shots. Don't get me wrong, he took the shots well. Nice high guard, Arthur, but he stepped off Bivol and he allowed Arthur to exit off the ropes and kind of get back into the round ever so slightly. Didn't land a great deal, but there was an opportunity, I felt, like you guys, that there could have been a moment there that he could have worked a bit harder, Bivol.
He just hasn't done that as much as he has in years past. I mean, you saw early in his career, he was a destroyer, especially when he came to the U.S. and started winning some of those fights. He's still been a pound-for-pound talent, but he's been a very different fighter in the second half of his career.
You know, a lot of eyes on this card that maybe wouldn't watch boxing normally. They saw the hype, they saw the names. And after the performance of Daniel Dubois, I'm sure fans can't wait to see him back in the ring. Jai Opetaia can't wait to see him back in the ring. Are people looking at Bivol now going, I can't wait to see him back in the ring?
Yeah, but look, I appreciate this as a boxing purist. I appreciate the skill that he shows. Maybe not for the armchair fan, for entertainment value. I understand the dramatic KO, the big finish, but there's so much to respect from what Bivol does. You know, he's a great technician, tactician, very, very good. But I think that's why you want to see more, because you know it's there. It's not like we're asking him to do something we know he can't.
Right.
It's there. It's in his locker. Go and show us.
But the reason he's so good, the reason he's a pound-for-pound talent is because Bivol has discipline. And discipline has got him this far. If he breaks out of character just to make a few more fans or be a little bit more popular, that can cost him sometimes. I get what you guys are saying, man. You want...
But will it cost him in this fight? Will it cost him right now in the 11th round when conceivably he's won all 10?
Probably not. So yes,
I'm playing devil's advocate a little bit, but I'm sure.
I get you. In this case, I would say yes, especially when you're in front of this crowd, when you're in front of the excellence. You want to put on a show. You want to put on a show for everybody. All eyes are.
Well, I think, look, he's boxing well. You know, we're seeing every single shot in his artillery. He's in control. Whenever he does start to really force the pace, it looks a real joy to watch. The only question is we want to see more of that.
Well, you saw Daniel Dubois, who was very much ahead of Big Baby Miller, but in that last round, he went for the gusto with 8 seconds left, got the finish.
That's a good point.
Let's see if Bivol can do the same. Still some time to go.
Because not all wins are created equal, right? Like, there's a difference between a spectacular win like Daniel Dubois picked up and what's looking more and more like a decision win for Dmitry Bivol.
Минуточку внимания просмотра данного видео боя. Попрошу вас подписаться на сообщество и поставить лайк, если не сложно. И еще одна просьба подписаться на телеграм-канал. Ссылка закреплена сбоку или в комментарии.
Sometimes when you can't get the headshot, go downstairs. That's exactly how Anthony York stopped him.
So Bivol gets the knockdown, but not quite the knockout. He'll have 3 minutes left to try and seal the deal.
3 minutes is an eternity when you're hurt to the body.
That's what we want to see. The variation there, the way he was targeting the head, he dropped the left to the body, beautiful shot. Showing us, showing the crowd that he wants to close the show in style.
Yeah,
good work.
But look at what it did. That right hand to the body brought the left elbow down, and then he came around the right elbow. Those body shots. See, the head shots aren't going to do it anymore. You got a sly fighter in Lindon Артур. You know, he's accustomed. He's rangy. He has good guard enough to cover his head and his body.
But it was the straight shots that made the guard close up slightly, so he allowed Bivol to see that left round the body. The right hand sort of closed up, got closer to the chin of Arthur.
And honestly, Arthur going down in that moment might have saved him from that fight being stopped. The referee was right there, ready to step in.
Hey, the more Bivol opens up, the more opportunities for Lindon Артур to maybe score something spectacular himself.
Could you imagine?
I can't imagine. Lindon Артур fans are certainly hoping that's the case. See the referee taking a close look. This is what you asked for, Chris Mannix. He's letting his hands go.
Uppercut. Bivol needs to throw an uppercut. Everything's going around the line straight. Uppercut's open right there.
Left hand from Bivol.
The referee's having a stern look. But this is a great onslaught of shots, head, body.
Артур's got to throw something back, and he does.
This is where Bivol needs to get on an angle now.
You see the corner of Lindon Артур is on the ring apron with the towel in hand right now. One more flurry's coming in.
Let's see if Bivol can seal the deal and pick up his first knockout in nearly 6 years. The crowd urging him on here. Every fight tonight has ended by KO.
Dmitry БИВОЛ is trying to recharge a little bit to make one more run at in the final 90 seconds.
And I mean, the referee was literally starting to step in and stop it when Артур finally landed a punch back.
Huge respect to Артур. Still standing here with a minute and a half to go in this final round.
And now he's on the front foot. Get your licks in, Артур. He's recovered pretty well. He looked like he was in real trouble.
Yeah, and I'm intrigued to see, will we see, like you say, Chris, will we see one more big onslaught? One more big flurry of shots to come from Bivol?
I don't think we will. I think that was Bivol's chance. That was not his last hurrah, but that was his chance to get the stoppage. And we got to give credit to Lindon Артур, man. He's still rolled with the punches. He's not in this fight. He's not winning rounds, but tough and putting on a good effort.
Trying to catch him with the left hook as well. Closing in on 30 seconds to go here in the final round. Our last fight ended with 8 seconds left. Can Bivol do something similar here?
It's possible. If he touches him to the body again.
There it was. And here he goes. He recharged his batteries, as Chris said.
15 seconds to go. Can he survive?
Will Bivol slug it out at the bell? And Lindon Артур, to his credit, is going to go 12 full rounds with one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the game.
Yeah, he can be proud of himself for sure. Absolutely, he can be. But Bivol there's more. We know there's more. We see glimpses of it there.
I agree with you. You know, that was a one-sided performance, a brilliant performance, right?
Внимания просмотра данного видеобоя. Попрошу вас подписаться на сообщество и поставить лайк, если не сложно. И еще одна просьба подписаться на телеграм-канал. Ссылка закреплена сбоку или в комментарии.
Артур had to come back from that. You got to respect that.
Yeah, it was brilliant work. Working the head, the body. You thought at any moment, you look at the referee here, at any moment.
Watch him step in. Watch the referee, right?
So close.
Right here, watch this.
The only thing missed.
Just keep your eye on the referee.
Yeah, he was just waiting for that one clean shot. I don't know if it was Артур.
He's talking.
Артур then lands
there he was. He was about to step in right there.
Yeah, he was so close. And he done the right, he found a little right uppercut inside Артур. Then he grabbed hold of Bivol, and that stopped the force of Bivol in front of him, just landing shots from all directions. He had a nice high guard also.
The only thing Bivol was missing right there is an angle. Whenever you're punching in a straight line, Bivol's good at stepping back. He's brilliant. He's one of the best. He steps back and counters, goes in and out, but he's not good at getting an angle, flanking a fighter. That's what he needed right there.
The best example I could give that from an English perspective is Ricky Hatton. The way he used to skip to either left or right to throw the hooks to the body.
Yeah, no, that's an excellent point.
So for the first time tonight, we will go to the scorecards. Let's see what Thomas Schreiber has to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. And all three judges, Steve Weisfeld, Gene Robert Lane, and Ignacio Robles, are in agreement. They all scored the same, 120 to 107. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And now both WBA Super and IBO light heavyweight champion of the world, Dmitry BIVOL.
Well, guys, he made it look easy and won every single round on all three judges' scorecards.
Yeah, an exceptional fight, a very, very good fight.